cooling housing market hangs over stocks. Morning brief, July 25th, 2022. Stocks and U.S. equity futures reversed earlier declines on Monday as earnings expectations outweighed concerns about a possible recession. S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 futures rose, while European stocks extended gains after their best week since May. China's property shares pushed higher, and a report that officials plan to fund to support struggling developers. On to the news. Housing market chills as mortgage rates and prices scare off buyers. Simply put, people cannot afford the same home as they could have a year ago, said Daryl Fairweather, an economist with Redfin. All of a sudden, your buying power is less, even though your payments are the same, he said. The Federal Reserve has aggressively raised short-term interest rates to fight inflation, which in turn helps push rates higher for credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages. Rising mortgage rates have combined with already high home prices to discourage would-be buyers. Mortgage applications have declined sharply. Sales of previously occupied homes have fallen for 5 straight months during what is generally the busiest time of the year in real estate. The rate on 30-year mortgages is around 5.54% this week. According to mortgage buyer Freddie Mac, a year ago it was close to 2.78. The increase in rates is leaving buyers with some unwelcome options. Pay hundreds of dollars more for a mortgage, buy a smaller home, or choose to live in a less desirable neighborhood, or drop out of the market entirely. And in grains, soybeans jump after Russian attack on Ukraine port. Grain and soybean futures surged in overnight trading after Russia attacked the port of Odessa in Ukraine, throwing into jeopardy an agreement that would allow Ukraine grain to be shipped overseas. Ukraine and Russia agreed to the deal that was brokered by Turkey and the United Nations toward the end of last week, increasing optimism that stranded Ukrainian agricultural supplies would finally make it to foreign buyers and help alleviate food crises globally. Russia forces, however, attacked the southern port of Odessa after earlier in the month's long war firing missiles into grain fields, according to media reports. The Russians deny they were attacking, for what it's worth. And in more international news, most Chinese property junk bonds are trading below 35 cents. China's mortgage boycott problem is still growing. More homeowners halted payments on unfinished apartments, affecting at least 319 projects, up from 235 a week ago, according to Capital Economics. By all accounts, the situation is still manageable. Most economists estimate that the affected loans make up about 1% to 2% of China's $5.8 trillion in mortgages. But the problem is that Beijing has yet to break the vicious cycle in the housing market. The boycotts undermine confidence of new home buyers, which reduces the cash flow to troubled developers and causes more of the type of construction delays that motivate the boycotts in the first place. Today's upcoming announcements. The market is quiet today with only a 2-year auction at 1 p.m. Eastern. Earnings for Newport Mining Corp. will be released after the bell. That concludes this morning's brief. Be looking for an evening brief coming out around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a good day.